Hi everyone and welcome back. Today is day 10 of the 12 Days of Tilbury, and today I'm going to be doing something called the Sophisticate look. Now there is something very different about this palette that I'm using today, so I'm just going to show you the palette. Here is the palette, and basically the big difference about this palette is that all the shades are matte. Okay, and the pop shade is not one of those that you have to rub with your finger. So it's very different. Now, I would say that this is a palette that you would use if you basically are a bit scared of shimmery looks. Or also for all of you hoodies out there like me, if you end up putting shimmer here where your hood is, it basically accentuates it. So it's a really good one for people that have hooded lids, or just for a very sophisticated work look that doesn't look overdone but looks really classy, and not too shimmery. Well, not shimmery at all really. So there you are. Having looked at loads of my videos, I am going to try to remember to keep everything really high up so that you can see it, even if I cover up my eyes. I'd rather you actually saw the colours. So there you have it. So I'm going to start off by swatching you the eyeshadow shades, and then I'm going to go in and do the eyes, and then we'll swatch as we go through. So first of all, we have the prime shade, which is very light and creamy. So I'm just going to swatch you that shade. So here we are. There is the prime shade. Okay, so that's the prime shade. And then we have the enhanced shade, which is this one here. So I'm going to swatch you that one. And here we have the enhanced shade. Okay, that doesn't look very even, but that's just the way they do really blend quite easily on the eyes. And so then we have the, I've got to get this the right way around, the smoke shade, which is this one. So I will swatch you the smoke shade, which is here. Okay, and then we have the pop shade. Now, as I said, this isn't going to be a glittery pop, but it does help to kind of make your eyes pop in a different way to the kind of glittery pop shades. So let me just swatch you that one. So there is the pop shade. So as you can see, they're quite muted colours, but they do look very beautiful on. Now, I have got a really bad cold at the moment, and as such, my eyes have been watering. So I've actually put something on my eyes, which I will link to later. I thought I was looking around because I thought I maybe had left it out, but I haven't. Actually, let me just see if I've left it here. If I have, I can show it you. It is basically... No, I haven't. It's basically, it's called, it's basically a waterproof eyeshadow primer by NYX, and it's called Proof It. And when you put that on your eyes, it really does waterproof your eye makeup, but it makes them feel a little bit sticky, and when you put your eyeshadow on, it drags a little bit, but it works. And it makes the eyeshadow waterproof. So if it looks a little bit different blending it today, that might be why. But it's worth it, because otherwise what's going to happen is my eyes are going to water, and then it's all going to just come off. It's going to wash off throughout the day. So first of all, I'm going to go in with this prime shade, which is this one here. And I'm going to put that over my entire lid. As I said, I'm going to be dabbing this a bit more, just to put over that Proof It. It's called NYX Proof It. And I tell you what I love about NYX is they do some really good quality items like that work. and they're really reasonably priced. So if you haven't heard of NYX, it's definitely worth checking them out. Boots sell them. It's only really big branches that do a huge range, but you can always order online and get it delivered into the store. They've just got some really good products. They've also got a really good Proof It sealer for your mascara, so that when you put your mascara on, then you basically can go over the mascara, any mascara, and it will waterproof your mascara. Really, really good. So there you go. There's the prime shade all over my lids. And I'm now going to go in with the taupe shade, which is this enhanced shade. Now this is a really good shade. Sorry, I need to remember to hold up the palette, Ali. Right, this is a really good shade actually for what you will see called a transition shade. And what that is if you're putting some brighter colours on, this actually provides a very good transition to a brighter shade. It kind of gives you that gradual change from your skin colour to a brighter shade. So that's worth thinking about if you want to purchase this palette. So I'm just going to nestle that into the socket, and again on this side. Thankfully now I've put that prime shade on, it's not dragging anymore. It's kind of set the Proof It primer. Okay, so I'm just putting that into the crease. I have a look to see that it's kind of reasonably balanced, maybe a little bit more that side. Now I did have a question. Obviously this is actually the last one that I've been filming, and I did have a question about what shadows to put where, so I'm going to do a video about that. So I'm going to show you a palette and show you how you choose what colours go where. Obviously with Charlotte's there's no need for that, because she actually tells you where to put the prime shade, where to put the enhance. But it's a really good question when you don't have that. How do you decide which ones go where? So I will do a video on that if anybody's interested, and I know that certainly one person is, because she got in contact with me and asked me that very good question. Okay, so I'm now going to go in with this smaller brush, which is called a smudge brush, and I'm going to just smudge that along the line of my eyes, like so, and also on the bottom. So this is the one I kind of think of as my work makeup, because it's very sort of classy look, but it's not too much. I've done myself up like a dog's dinner kind of look, but it is very, very smart. It's a kind of smart, casual look for work. Keep thinking that bit just has not blended there, but we will put that right in a second. Just keeps in. Now they're mowing the grass outside, which is really going to help my watery eyes, isn't it? So I'm glad that I put that primer on. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the enhanced shade, which is this one here, and I'm just going to do something slightly different today. Because if you've been watching all the way through, you'll know that I kind of go back in the crease. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to go along that way and just nudge it into the corner and a little bit in the crease. but not too much, so that I've just got kind of lighter shade in the middle and then a darker shade on the outside, and then I'm going to wing it out. It's just a slight variation, nothing too drastic. And if you blend that out into a straight line and you've got hooded eyes, it kind of opens your eyes up, as I hope you can see. Now at the moment I'm just dabbing it on to get the shape right, but I will go back in and blend it. But I often do that because then you kind of get an idea about how you want it to look. You see, now that looks really unblended, I know, but it's just giving me an idea about the shape. And then I'm going to go along, don't worry, I'm going to blend it. I'm going to go along the line of my eye again, and the other one. And underneath, but not as far in as I took the other one, just at that corner there, and just at that corner there. And then I want to blend it up to link up with that line, which I am going to blend in shortly. The other thing I always say to friends of mine I've been talking to recently is, when you get to this point, often when you're doing your makeup, you often think, oh my God, that looks terrible, I'm going to have to start again. Often that happens in the middle of doing your makeup. And what I would say is, don't panic, because often things do look a bit weird when they're not blended, or you haven't got your mascara on, or you just haven't finished the look, or you haven't got your blush on. What I would say is, go with it. Just work with it until you've finished what you're doing. You've put your mascara on, you put your liner on, and then judge it. Because often, some of the ones that I've done that look, they're really, really weird as I'm doing them, then actually look perfect once it's done and everything comes together. So don't judge it halfway through. Now obviously this is not blending very good, so I'm just going to blend away, and that is the secret to obviously doing your eyes, is to really, really blend. And I rushed through this for the sake of doing a video, obviously, but I often spend a long time blending my eye makeup, and I'm gonna, don't worry, I'm gonna put that right later on, and I'll come back and show you the final look if I can. The other thing you can do is you can take the prime shade and just go over the top like that, and do that, and that will blend it out, you see. And again, I'll put a little bit to balance. I'll put some on my finger that side, or you can put the transition shade, or what she calls the enhanced shade, and that also will blend it out again. Okay, so it's really good showing you how to kind of correct things as well. And that's because of the primer that I use, folks. Now, the next item in the Sophisticate look is the eye pencil in Audrey, which we've used before, but it's the darker of the two classic powder pencils, and I am going to swatch it here for you, and make sure that I hold it high up so that you can see it there. Very smooth, works really well. Okay, so I'm just going to pull my lid tight so that I'm not dragging on the skin, and I'm going to opt for a bit of a thicker line today. Why not? Just to accentuate my eyes a little bit more. Okay, and then the other side. Now I haven't forgotten the pop shade, but I'm going to show it you without first, and then I will put the pop shade on because that kind of changes the look. So that's there, and I'm going to do a tiny bit under the eye and this side. Now I'm not going to do the waterline because I wanted to show you another product which is not in the Sophisticate look, but it is, and you can get these obviously from Charlotte Tilbury. She does one, but you can get these in any brand, and this is a skin coloured pencil. Now these skin coloured pencils are really useful. Now I don't know if you're an 80s girl like me. If you kind of were a teen in the 80s, you'll remember that we all bought white eyeliner to kind of make our eyes look bigger. I certainly did. I was an Avon rep for a while, and it was a big thing. And they still sell white, but now they kind of slightly varied that now, and people are saying to use skin colour because obviously it looks a little bit more natural. But these are great, not only for doing your waterline to make your eyes look bigger, but you can use these for everything. Now some people market it and tell you can do this and others don't, but basically any skin coloured eye pencil will do the same. You can use this to kind of trace around your eyebrows to clean them up. You can use this to trace around your lip. So if you put a really dark lipstick on and the line isn't straight, you can use this to kind of almost like a concealer to make sure you've got a straight line. You can go around like where I've got, you see that little freckle there? I can just go and cover that up using that, and then just dab that in and I've covered it up. It's a very versatile thing, so I definitely would recommend that people, obviously I've got the Charlotte Tilbury one, and this is called, what's it called? Eye Cheat. She just calls it Eye Cheat. And it's really good, but you can, as I said, there's loads of brands that do a similar thing. So I'm just going to put this in my lower lash line, on my waterline, excuse me, and that one. I'll do you a little swatch, but it's basically skin coloured, very light skin coloured I should say. So let me just show you here. So okay, and can you see there, it's kind of made my eyes look a bit bigger. Now it's going to look a bit weird until the mascara goes on because it's gone over some of my lashes, as you can see. And silly me, I haven't got my mascara. Just hold on 1 second because I know that it's just behind me. There we go. Okay. So there's always an item that I miss out when I'm doing these videos. Same thing, full fat lashes going on now. I might go along my lashes with a Q-tip, as they call them in America, because there's still a bit on my lashes of that lighter shade, and I just want to cover that up. So there you have it. And now I'm just going to move along I did put a bit of another blusher on today, but I'm just going to swatch this on my... So the look for the Sophisticate, she uses Sex on Fire. So I'm just going to show you that to remind you, if you've been watching earlier videos, Sex on Fire was part of the Bombshell look. And now it's for the Sophisticate. So I will just swatch these. I will do this on my fingers so that you can see. I'm just making sure that I haven't got any other stuff that's been swatched. So here is the Swish shade. I will try and swatch it here. Hopefully it will show up, but we haven't had much success, no. And then the Pop shade, which is here. And again, I'll try and swatch it, but I don't hold out an awful lot of hope. Oh, there you go. The Pop shade does actually swatch. And I haven't forgotten the Pop shade on my eyes. I'm coming back to that in a moment. So I'm going to swish around. And what you do with that, you swirl it round at the edge here, like that. And then it does pick up a lot of product. So tap it and then smile and swish. And again, swirl it around, give it a bit of a tap and smile and swish. And then the Pop shade, you literally just pop it down and it picks up so much pigment when you do this, that you really just pop it once. And blend it in. And again. Excuse me. Now, onto the lips. So, for the lip liner, not really blended in very well, Ali, but there you go. Right, for the lip liner, we have Pillow Talk, which is her infamous lip liner. This is going to work with any... Excuse me, I've been swatching other things this morning, but this is going to basically work with almost any lipstick, because it doesn't actually have to match your lipstick. It can match your lips. So I'm just going to line my lips. And if I show you, you see that the colour is slightly dark. It just evens out your skin tone on your lips. It's quite a good one to just put on its own, really. Okay, so that's the lip liner. Then for this look we have Hepburn Honey, which is quite a pale lipstick, but it's not as pale as Nude Kate. It's quite pretty actually. So I'm just going to swatch that here so that you can see. Okay, and I'll swatch it on my lips. Okay, so that's the Sophisticate look if you were going for a day look. Now, if you were going for the evening look, what she suggests is putting on the lip lustre, which again is a beautiful shade, which is called High Society. And I'm just going to swatch that here for you on my hand underneath the lipstick. And I will put it onto my lips. It doesn't actually, when I just held that up, it's made it look really pink, which is bizarre, because actually it's more of a muted rosy pink than a pink. I'm putting this all over today so that you can see, because often I just put it in the middle. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm just going to go in with the pop shade on the eyeshadow so that you can see. Now what she does in the video is she just puts it all over the lid, but not with the fingers. So this is the pop shade here, and I'm just going to go over the lid with this shade, and you'll see it just kind of, let me just do it on one lid and you can see what I mean. It kind of just, if you were at work and you wanted to smoke up your eyes before going out for the evening, it does actually kind of accentuate them a lot more, and make it more of an evening look. So there you have it. That is the Sophisticate look. I've babbled on long enough today, but I hope you can join me tomorrow when I will be doing 2 final looks. We've covered all of the 10 iconic looks, but I'm going to be doing a look tomorrow, which I'm not going to give too much away, but you're not going to find this look on Charlotte Tilbury website, but it is using Charlotte's products. So I hope you can join me then, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.